So, you're live. Start talking.
Hi. We're here live in Rome at the Baobab Migrant Center with Andrea Costa. I'm Gaia Canigiani with the New York Times, and this is Andrea Costa, one of the volunteers helping the migrants here at the Baobab Center. Andrea, can you tell us a little about what's happening here? There is a lot of hectic.
Today there's a lot of activities because it's dinner time, and so we have almost 350 persons who are.
Why don't we go over and walk over so we can see it?
And then it's
walk over so we can see it. We don't see any people.
Okay. And then here we are. This car comes from the Vatican, and we just got the dinner. And today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday at this time. Doctors for the human rights. Come here every Tuesday and Wednesday to help people with medical aid.
So, a little about who these people are, the people that you take in at the center?
Yes, these are migrants in transit, which means there are migrants that reach the Italian shore, but they don't want to escape. They're not asylum seeking in Italy. They want to keep on their journey to the countries of Northern Europe.
Where are
Germany,
they from, generally?
most of them come from Eritrea, from Ethiopia, Oromo people from Ethiopia, Sudanese, Somali, and yes, most of the people. We don't have many Syrians, we don't have many Iraqis, we don't have many Yemen, because on the Italian coast the people from the Libyan camps come, from Egypt and from Tunisia. And it's mostly people from Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, Somalia, some Chad, some
Sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
So a lot of the people that, young men, women that you see here, they're all people that come here through the violence.
You have to understand that the people that are here, they are mostly very young, and they get here after maybe a year, 8 months, through Sudan camps, through the desert, that is in Tunisia. They stay a lot of months in the Libya camps. In the Libya camps that are something that we hope we will never see anymore after the Nazi camp in World War II. Violent, every kind of violence. There is torture, and there is labor. These people work for
talk to the camera more.
These people work here for 4 or 5 months in these Libyan camps, trying to earn enough to cross the Mediterranean Sea.
And so when they come here, they get medical help. How often during the week? Once a week, twice a week?
3 times a week.
And the people working here are all volunteers,
All volunteers,
am I right?
yes, absolutely. We all volunteers, we all have our jobs, we all have our families. We do this when we can, but fortunately we discovered that Roma has a big heart and there is a lot of people here. There is maybe 100 volunteers working since a year here, and we hosted more than 45,000 migrants in this city. More than 45,000 migrants.
One second, you're going to reintroduce when I give you the cue, because we're going to go to a bigger account.
So is it still live?
You're still on, yeah, so keep going.
Okay. So, and the young men sitting here, they're all waiting to be visited. And
yeah,
women.
they're all waiting for
medical
the women. They're almost all they're pregnant because they get raped. So this is what happens to migrants, and the big shame is that the European government and the Italian government don't do enough to help them. They need, they should have a lot of that psychological help that they can get from any institution.
What kind of stories do they tell you? How do you know that they're sick or that they need medical help? You talk to them? How many volunteers are you?
The difference between informal volunteering and Red Cross volunteering and other kind of volunteer is the way we approach these migrants. the way we talk with them, the way we try to understand their problem, and even the political reason for which they have to live. It's as you see, it's a big mess now because it's
dinner time, so everyone is hungry.
Tell them to look at
And
me and
who's
speak louder because I can't hear.
providing the food?
Try and, because this is the
Okay.
mic, so
Okay.
so in order for them
You need
to
to
hear.
be this way. You need to be closer and try to look at each other towards me. Okay.
Okay, so Guy, you can go for the introduction again, where we are, and give some context about this place.
Hi, we are here live from the Baobab Migrant Center in Rome. I'm Gaia Pianigiani, I'm a reporter with the New York Times, and this is Andrea Costa, one of the volunteers who help out the migrants that gather here in this informal, right, unauthorized migrant center in the northern section of Rome. Andrea, can you tell us a little about what is happening here?
Yes, here we are in a street. We are in a street of Roma because the institution couldn't find a place for 350 migrants in transit in this city. We are in a street. We have tents, and we have women, men, and children sleeping here. We serve them food 3 times a day. Everything is with no expenses by the institution. It's all the donation of the Roman citizens, of private and public associations, of religious association, non-religious association. It's like a lot of people helps us in helping these people.
Can you tell us what is happening now? I see in the corner there is a caravan with the medical association that is checking the health of the migrants who are here. There are a few tents where there are people serving food, like who are the players here?
Yeah. So this camper you see here is of the Doctors for Human Rights Association. There are doctors that work on the streets. Before they used to work with homeless, and now with the ombrelli. Grazie. And they help migrants with medical aid. Migrants get here after a long journey.
What kind of wounds or physical problems do they have?
They have physical and psychological problems. Maybe we want to go. 1 minute. I'm sorry, Habibi. 1 minute. We just finished this interview. Don't worry.
Hello.
Tell what is happening.
So
Tell what is
We're
happening.
here under a tent now, host of these women and children who are having dinner at the Baobab Center.
Explain what happened. If it's raining,
It's raining outside. There is a bit of confusion because you can imagine there are hundreds of people in a very narrow street and everyone is looking for shelter now. So we are here under this plastic tent with Andrea, our volunteer, and a few women and very young children that are having dinner. So Andrea, who's providing the food?
the food is provided by donations, by citizens of Roma, by small association, by big association, by churches, by religious groups, non-religious groups, by...
Here are the umbrellas that this father, the reverend, is taking to the migrants. As you can see, there is a big crowd of people trying to get an umbrella because last night there was a big rainstorm. So Andrea is now intervening to help him out because everyone wanted an umbrella and didn't have enough. Prize is solved. So Andrea, you were telling us about, so here is where they provide food and you have the doctors, and what else do you provide migrants with?
With clean clothes, and especially we provide them with welcoming them with friendship, like making them understand that for us it's not a problem that they are migrants. Italian was a country that was made of migrants, of course, in the United States, in New York. If you go to Ellis Island, there is many, you will read many
There are more umbrellas coming.
Italian
So
names.
another introduction guy. Keep doing it. Yeah.
Yes, there are many. It's pretty difficult day, but
We also have to explain to our audience
Yes,
that last
of
night
course.
there was a big rainstorm
Yes,
and
this is,
you had a lot of issues with no umbrellas and a lot of people on the
Of
street
course.
just standing trying to
Of
sleep on
course.
the street. So
this is what happened. And so the situation is this: the Italian institution cannot help 350 women, men, and children to find a place, a dry place to sleep in. So that's when citizens initiative starts working.
how do they know that they have to come here? That this is a place where you can help them? Because
Well,
there are a lot of centuries where people
yeah,
can go.
yes.
Once they get off the boat, they can
Yeah.
leave their fingerprints
Yeah.
if they want to stay here.
Yeah.
But we know that there are people who don't want to stay in Italy.
No,
and
they
so
don't
try
want
to-
because the Dublin Treaty, which is a treaty of the European Union, says that where you leave your fingerprint, that is the country where you have to stay. So people don't want to leave their fingerprint. That's why new informal camps are starting to grow everywhere in Italy, in Rome, and especially at the borders. In Ventimiglia, which is a border with France, in Como Chiasso, which is a border with Switzerland, and in the Brenner Pass, which is a border with Austria.
What do people tell you when they get here? What are their hopes? Where do they want to go?
They try to reach their families and their friends in countries in Northern Europe where maybe the welfare system works better and where, they know the situation. They know, for example, that Italy is a country with a big economical crisis. They don't want to stay here. They know that in France, in England, in Germany, it's better lives also for them, and that's where they're trying to go.
Can you tell us a little about what these young men and women are doing here?
These young men and women are waiting for to be visited by doctors. They all have a lot of wounds due to the journey they had. Mostly the men, especially the young men. Their wounds come from torture in the Sudani camp, in the Libya camp, crossing the desert when maybe they pick up their car has an accident. Many of the people you see here are survivors. They didn't drown when their boat sank, but almost all of them had somebody near to him that has died in the desert, in the camp, in the sea. So they also have a lot of psychological problems. And that is another question we want the institution to do something about. They need, these women, men and children need psychological help.
Do you help them psychologically? Do you talk to them? How do you deal with their issues?
We talk to them, but as I was telling you, we are volunteers. It's not our job. We are not psychologists. I mean, there are even some psychologists volunteering. But the issue is to make it so that people themselves, like for example, we have Doctors Without Borders, MSF, to help us with psychological team.
Is there someone that might want to talk to us, a migrant who might want to tell their story to people? Someone around here? Yeah.
Credi che c'è qualche migrante che vuole parlare in diretta al New York Times adesso? E raccontare la sua storia?
English. Are we still live?
Yep.
Ti racconta questa, parla inglese.
Hi. My name
Allora,
is Diana.
cominciamo?
Can you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is
When did you get to Italy?
to Italy. This is too challenge. From Eritrea, I went to Ethiopia, from Ethiopia, North Sudan. From North Sudan, again back to South Sudan.
In a car.
Yeah, in a car. It's the desert. Then again, I come back to Khartoum after 2 years and 6 months. Then from Khartoum, Libya desert. Okay, after I cross Libya desert, I enter Italy. But still challenge. Some of our friends did.
How old are you and why did you leave Eritrea?
20 years old, but in Eritrea, I don't want to be soldier. I'm staying in soldier till...
In Eritrea, when you're 14, you go in the army and you don't know, and you never end. You just, when you're 14, you go in the army and that is going to be your job for the rest of your life. Every young man at 14 has to go in the army.
And where do you want to go? Why did you came to Europe to...
Yeah, just I want to get some for opportunity for education because I'm not getting good education for education opportunity. Now I want to study to better job or better life. I don't want to be soldier army.
Where do you want to go? Italy or elsewhere?
I want to go to Belgium.
Belgium?
Yes.
Do you speak French?
No.
No. What languages do you speak?
Tigrinya.
Tigrinya.
Okay.
Can you repeat your name and where you're from?
My name is Abel.
Where are you from?
Abel Nasara from Eritrea.
Thank you, Abel.
Okay, welcome.
So get some context now about what that was and what's going on again. And reintroduce it all.
We just briefly interviewed one of the young migrants who are here in the center. Abel is waiting to be checked by these doctors, volunteer doctors who are here at the Baobab Center in the northern section of Rome, where a lot of migrants who don't want to stay in Italy are in transit through the city of Rome are gathering to get some food, medical help, and a shelter for the night.
And who's this? And introduce Andrea.
So, this is Andrea Costa. He's a volunteer with the Baobab Center. There's a lot of action at the Baobab Center, as you can see.
Why don't you guys see if you can walk that way? Do you want to should we give them a tour of what's going on here?
When you walk, keep on try to give me a little bit of side and talk to me, okay? Don't give me the shoulder totally, okay?
Okay, so like this. Andrea, allora, mettiamoci...
This is an alleyway. This is where they've been forced to stay.
This is, as you can see, a very narrow alleyway where people have been forced to stay. They gather here because they know their volunteers helping them out. So as you know, among migrants, words circulate fast. There is no shelter here. There are only volunteers, religious and non-religious associations that provide the migrants with food, with medical help. We're getting to the food section.
Explain, Igor, cosa succede?
Keep going.
People sit everywhere.
She comes from Brooklyn. She's a volunteer from Brooklyn, but she's shy.
To the
She should
old
talk
mailbox
and
center and explain
tell
what that
something.
was.
We have a lot of volunteers from United States. And she's one of our best volunteers.
Tell us why you started doing this. Your name?
I'm sorry.
Just why you're here.
I love people.
How did you know about the center?
Through a friend. I was looking for friends to bring things to the center. And so I said, well, I'd love to come and check it out. And then I came and never left.
You come weekly, daily, and what do you do for migrants in general?
What do I do in life? I can't.
No, for migrants,
I love to come in and just talk to the people, see how they're doing.
Explain why, again, I think it's explain again why most people are, like, what they've gone through to get here. What they've gone through to get here.
Okay, so the people that are here come to Rome after journeys that last from 8 months, 1 year, 1 year and a half. They mostly come from Eritrea, Ethiopia, they come from Sudan, from Somalia, and their journey is made of camps, detention camps in Sudan, the crossing of a desert, terrible detention camps in Libya where they've been sold by one group to another group and then back to another group, and where they have to work as slaves until they earn enough to pay themselves the crossing of the Mediterranean Sea to Sicily. When they're here, they have all kind of physical and psychological problems. The physical problems are due to accidents with cars, with boats, are due to torture, to and this kind of wounds. While the psychological problem are due to all the violence and the torture they get, especially in the Libya camps. So this is the situation. We have 350 persons, and it seems like for one of the richest states in the world, it's difficult to find a shelter for them.
So just say goodbye and thank you, I guess. So goodbye.
So thank you for being with us, Andrea.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Stop.